But when I think about this, like pitching to maybe at a marketing team at that point,
Sure.
wasn't it a bit difficult because this was something totally out of new?
So no. So for a couple of reasons. And here we go into secret sauce. I apologize, Wampa. So first of all, when you're talking to a marketing person, this is on the DevRel side. When you're talking to a marketing person, when you look at an ambassador program, you're talking about there's several words for it. Internal champion, well, external champions. The one I really like is force multiplier, and that's kind of the key with Campus Experts, which is like, hey, you can reach all these people individually, or you can reach you can reach a bunch of people who have their own audience, right? And that's the idea behind why Campus Experts works and why it was like people were keen on it, which was like, we could spend all this money reaching out to 30 students, or we could reach out to 30 students who each have contact with 30 students. And so even if you are reaching them in just a goodwill generation way, like even if you're just being nice to them, hopefully they will tell their 30 students, so like, hey, I had a good experience with this brand. And so that's, first of all, why it worked. Secondly, there's something a little bit unique to GitHub in how hands-off it can be. Not every company building an ambassador program can be as hands-off as GitHub Campus Experts is. GitHub Campus Experts can be hands-off because of the nature of GitHub, the product. So we're going to take a weird step back. If you imagine, okay, so like GitHub Education, what are GitHub Education trying to do? They're trying to, well, okay, hang on. Even further back, GitHub Marketing. What is GitHub Marketing trying to do? Get everyone to use GitHub, okay? So GitHub Education, you would assume GitHub Education is trying to get students and teachers to use GitHub. Exactly. Their mission is a little bit wider than that. If you go onto their website, you will see, they're trying to, empower everyone to become a software engineer. And that's kind of the key, right? Which is like, if you say to a first year computer science student, hey, you're going to learn Git today, that means nothing to them, because you can't understand Git until you understand the problems that Git solves. Version control makes your life easier when you are working in a big team or when you're working on a big code base, right? If you are on your own and you're just learning Python, learning Git does nothing for you except make your life harder. So you can't teach first year computer scientists Git without making them hate Git. So GitHub Education, like really, if they were being smart, they would skip that, and instead they would help people become software engineers. Because if you become a software engineer, you will eventually encounter the problems which make Git make sense, right? If you become a software engineer, you start working on big code bases and you start working with big teams, and therefore you need version control. And this is kind of the same thing Campus Experts does. It says, hey, like on your own as a student, you don't need Git. When you do need Git, when you're working on a project at a hackathon with 5 other people, when you're working on a project with your club, when you're teaching people in a workshop, now you need Git. Congratulations. And so you kind of get there backwards, where it's like, Git is like GitHub and Git are software tools for coding together, for collaborating together. And so Campus Experts make communities where people collaborate together. And so GitHub doesn't need to make Campus Experts talk about GitHub. GitHub needs to make Campus Experts create collaborative software developers, and therefore the Git follows. Does that all make sense to everyone? Sorry, I just kind of went on like a vision quest.
Actually, that was so much interesting, actually, because you are not actually trying to get people use the product. You are actually trying to get people do collaboration, and the product is being used itself.